That's Bree and I'm Queen.
Queen. That don't sound right. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Hi, my name is Brisha.
And my name is Shequita.
And welcome to Searching for Freedom.
Happy Friday. Y'all know how we feel about you guys sharing your Fridays with us. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. So we're just going to get right into it, which is, you ready for this one?
I'm never ready for this one.
I feel like, because we haven't done it in a while. We're normally talking about what we're growing through. And part of that, our story is our singleness and where we are, and so tonight we just wanted to do a heart check when it comes to our singleness, where we are, our mind frame. Have things changed? Are things differently? What is our view when it comes to marriage and things like that? So where are you at? Where are you at?
How y'all doing with y'all singleness? Let us know in the comments. I think we should let the people speak first. Stop.
Okay. So what this video gonna be about?
We're gonna be a listening ear.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay.
We ready.
Well, we
all ears.
Well, we should have went live then. That's what it sounds like. You want to go live? Okay.
Ooh,
So
okay.
how are you doing with your singleness, and where are you, and what is God speaking to you?
Girl, a lot has changed since we last talked. I think we haven't made a video about singleness in a year? Something like that. And when I say a lot has changed, I just mean mentally. It's been a lot of peace and just being where I am in this walk, but also eagerness as well. So it's like I have been enjoying where I'm at, but also not afraid of what's to come.
Okay. So
much in a sense. It's like, really made it. You just gonna pretend you dying over there. But I feel like it's a mixture between enjoying where I'm at and then also like being bold and being ready for what's to come. So I would say my singleness, I mean, like we used to say all the time, it's a roller coaster. There are some days where you're just really excited and ecstatic about where you are, where God has led you and brought you from, and then there's some moments where you're just like, where he at?
Yeah.
What he doing? Like, cause he playing around right now, and like he clearly lost. Like, God, does he just need my location? Was that it? I was supposed to drop the location.
You turned off your location.
I think that's where the wires got crossed. Because, but no, for real, it's just like it's always going to be that up and down. But that's like with anything in life. But girl, more recently, I have just been really being intentional about what it would take to actually be in a relationship and be married and be a wife, because I haven't had positive relationships modeled for me. So just realizing that it's like, okay, although you have gone through different healing scenarios and different healing processes in your walk, and with your life, it's like, okay, but there's levels to this. So if someone is there and willing to love you and wanting to love you, like, are you able to receive that? Because you don't know what it looks like. You've been working out of survival mode or protecting yourself for so long. It's like, what does that look like to truly just allow someone to love on you? So I found myself being way more intentional recently of making sure that I am in a posture to receive love and just allow that to come on to me and to give that out freely without reservation or fear of how it may turn out.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right now. Okay.
What about you, friend? How you doing? How you doing?
I was stalling.
Yeah, I saw it. She was about to go on this whole well, all right then. It seems like
That seems okay.
What we
that
not
wraps,
gonna do.
That wraps up the show, guys.
She likes to throw me under the bus, but it's okay. How you doing, friend?
How you doing? How am I doing in my singleness? Honestly, I'm doing good. Like, I would say maturity. I'm not walking in the room like, is he in here?
Oh, because there was a time.
You know, you walking in like, oh, is he in here?
Did he see me yet?
Yeah, is he gonna say something? It's today. Let me make sure I'm ready and prepared. And it's like, it's not in the forefront of my mind. Not that I'm not eager for it. Not that desire in my heart to be married or, like you said, to receive the love and to give the love. But my heart posture in this season has just been to be a daughter. Like, just and enjoy that and live my life. And when that season comes, when God is align our path, and we both look up and we're like, oh, you going this way too? You know, oh, okay, well, cool. And then be okay with that, you know. And so for me, my singleness, I'm okay. Like, I'm good. It's not like I'm like, oh, if God is ready to send him, that I'm like, nah, I'm good on that. I'm a daughter.
Now I'm gonna just sit over here like, oh no, send them, please.
Yeah. So that's not what I'm saying. For me, it's just like getting my house in order, getting my heart together, so that when that time does come, I'm ready. Like, I'm bringing a whole woman to the table, and I'm not looking for a man to fulfill any voids. I'm not looking for him to be a father figure. I'm not looking for him to rewrite the wrongs of another past relationship. Like, I'm able to be free. Like, I'm like not afraid to love and not fearful of who this man will be, and you know. So yeah. Just getting myself together, getting myself healthy before be so concerned about getting myself down somebody's aisle. So that's where I'm at in my singleness. I feel like in this season, I'm trusting God, like walking in my purpose, like all of that. God, like, what am I here for? Right? Like, I want to be like, so in this singleness season, I feel like I'm okay. Like, that relationship and that marriage is not like the first thing I wake up and think about. Now it's like, God, I love you. Like, I'm so full of joy right now. Like, God, you are enough for me. And God, thank you that you haven't sent him yet, because I'm able, it feels so good just to feel the love of God. So that when that God does come, like, I'm looking for God in him. Like, I know unconditional love, not because he's showing it to me for the first time, but because I've seen it, because God has showed it to me. And now when he comes, I know, like, you're from God, because God is in you.
Right. It's like, I'm not attracted to you just because of who you are or your mannerisms. It's because I see God in your actions. I see God in your character. And that's what's drawing me closer to you. So we've made a video previously about our fears and etc. about marriage. How do you feel? Where do you stand now? Hypothetically, if someone was to enter your life today, how do you think your heart posture would receive that, just based on who and what you are today?
Honestly, I would say, how would I receive him? Well, if he coming, God had to have said it. And he had to have said, this is the right time. I would honestly, I would be okay, because I wouldn't be dating alone. Like, I feel like that's my number one thing. I'm not dating anybody alone. Of course, I'd be dating with the purpose. I have my accountability partners, but not to say I wouldn't be like nervous, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is this really happening right now? Yeah, disbelief a little bit. And not that God doesn't give good gifts, but for me, I know my marriage is going to be a kingdom marriage. So when God is like, this is him and this is time, okay, all right, God. So this is happening for a reason right now. This is Like you're getting ready to do something. So I would receive it, but I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't date alone. I wouldn't go in hiding. I wouldn't go in hiding or
Don't
anything.
you be disappearing.
I wouldn't do anything about that like that. But I would be okay, because I also know with being in the presence of God in this season, I just feel like there would be peace. And if there wouldn't be any peace about the person who is in my life, like that would
There's no need for it.
There's no need for it, and I'm not. It's like, okay, because me and my God, we good, but we good. But you being here is like you're like a purpose made, or okay, God, you're okay. This is the season that I'm in, so I will be okay. Nervous. Don't get me wrong. I would definitely be nervous because I've never seen it. Like you said, I've never had a godly relationship modeled for me, and I've never dated a guy who had his own relationship with God, right? So it would be different. But I wouldn't stop going before the throne of God, because this is gonna push me closer.
I found that the peace in the midst of the transition is, it is such a beautiful thing, because it's like in the midst of it, it's like, yes, we haven't seen this before. We don't know. So we do question it sometimes, because we want to make sure that we are walking in alignment with what God has for us. So it's like, okay, if he's coming and you're seeing those things, but because you've never experienced or seen it modeled before you, you're still wondering and just like, okay, is this really what is happening at the moment? But that peace that God gives you in the transition, like, because there's still going to be that worry sometimes, or that hesitation, because it's new. I mean, that's with any faith walk that you have, no matter what the scenario is. So it's like that's going to happen because it's something new and you haven't seen it before. But that peace, I feel like that's what will allow you to remain there, what will allow you to fix the things that God's showing you that you need to work on, or give to him those things that you feel he needs for you to let go of. Because it's like, we all don't get it right. No, we're doing something that we've never seen done before, and wanting to do it in a way that we can't lean on our own protection or our own strength any longer. So it's gonna be scary, and that's okay. But that peace is what we have to hold on to, and making sure that we are staying in line with accountability, making sure that we are allowing God to show up and listening to him, and being obedient to what we are hearing him, and not just creating our own scenarios and calling it God. Because one thing you definitely learn, like the last video we talked about, was those cycles. And it's just like, so if you haven't seen it, go and watch it, because it is good. And it's not even long. Go watch the whole thing to the end. But come on, shameless plug.
I'm just saying. But so that singleness heart check. Because we were just sitting here talking about where we are in the season that we're in. And like, you remember last year we made a video about our fears about marriage, and it's like, you don't have to be afraid of anything that God gives you, because he doesn't give us that spirit. But, we definitely had concerns because of our backgrounds, and because of, how we grew up, and the relationships that we didn't see. So I'm like, okay, God, when this does happen, we'll be breaking new ground. We'll be the first in our families to have these kingdom marriages, and that comes with a lot of responsibility. But as long as we're at the feet of Jesus, and we're in his word, and we're looking for him, and not comparing what God brings to us, compare it to the world.
It goes back to breaking generational curses, because that's what we are being intentional about doing, allowing God to do through us. And it's like, we want better for ourselves, for the people around us, for our children. So it's like, that's not going to stop when it comes to who we date and who we marry eventually, because that's one of the most important things aside from walking with Jesus. So it's just like, man, whew,
Yeah.
I feel like he's definitely done a work internally for us where it's shifted from being fearful of what that could look like because we haven't experienced it, and being hopeful, but knowing that it will be a transition, it will be difficulty because we haven't seen it before, but knowing that it's going to be okay because we've experienced his grace, we've experienced his love in so many different other areas, and we can see that through that pruning, it's because he wants to build something greater, he wants something better. So it's like, it is what it is.
So what's your, how do you feel, how is the weight still a weight? Like, is it like a burden on you, or do you feel like the weight is like or does the weight feel more so like Paul said, like this is your opportunity to love on God, to go wherever he calls you to go, because right when you get married, then you have that responsibility to the husband has responsibility to you. So in the singleness, do you feel like it's a weight upon you, or do you feel like, no, like I'm enjoying this time?
I don't think that it's a burden or a weight on my shoulders at all anymore. I feel like this time frame is more of just what I've realized a lot more recently is just really enjoying who I am, really enjoying the community that God has given me, because going out with my girls, baby, it's not going to be as frequent when I do get married. So it's just like being able to enjoy the moment where I am now, even with my children. It's like, okay, yes, there will be family atmosphere, baby, but having that one-on-one time with my children now before anyone else comes in, like those are moments that we won't be able to get back because the dynamic will always have changed. So being able to have those times and those moments and allowing God to love on me in different ways, where when I wake up, I don't have to worry about somebody else being there. It's literally just me being able to wake up and worship and do whatever it is that I please. And yes, you can still do those things, and you should still be doing those things when you're married.
But don't stop getting up in the morning reading your Bible.
But no, I'm saying it may be different, like in those moments where you can just have nothing but silence when you wake up, and it's just that moment with just you and him. Like somebody else gonna be in the bed with you, so it's like you roll over, and it may not be your first conversation with God and worship. It'll be like, oh, good morning, and all these things, like these other obligations, and it'd be like, okay, I have to be more intentional. Let me go back and get in my worship closet, or So it's just like, no, it's not a weight or a burden at all. I see it as God showing me how to love on me better. He's loving on me, and he's allowing me to see how he sees me and how important I am to him by allowing me to love myself that much more boldly.
I agree with the same thing. I feel the same way. I don't feel like the weight is a weight anymore. It's just an opportunity to love on God, allow him to love on you. Also, like you said, be present, as a mother, be present as a sister, daughter, like all of that, just being present. And then understanding who I am, like who am I and who I belong to, and that I do matter. I am important. And again, that God is enough.
And you know what else I've realized recently? It's just like I held being in a relationship, like it wasn't the holy grail or anything, but it was so much pressure behind it. And being married, where it was like I was fearful of even what that would look like when I started dating, and something broke off where it's just like talking to people, communicating with guys and things like that, like it wasn't something that scared me as much anymore, where it's like, oh no, he just gotta come find me, he gotta be, and all those things where it's like, I'ma just sit over here and I'ma just, because it's just like, it's so much anxiety that can be behind it. It's just like, no, just walking in who you are and loving who you are, like it took away all those concerns, where it's like, it's something that's serious when it gets to that point, but it's not that serious right now. Like, it's really not. Like,
Like, oh my gosh, girl, the guy.
Oh
said,
my God.
girl, he spoke to me. What does that mean? Like being
we
able
overanalyze
to,
everything.
Like he just said he like your earrings. That's okay.
You're like, girl, he ain't even thought about you again. What are you talking about? You're doing too much. You're doing too much. It's like not that serious.
Listen. But yeah, so singleness. I mean, it sounds like our hearts are in order, but what do you do? Because it's not always this way, right? When you're like, oh my gosh, God, I love you. You're enough, right? You may have moments.
A week from now, I might be like, bro, are you? What are we doing, God? Like,
Are you not hearing my prayer?
Am I gonna be single forever? Am I supposed to not get married? Like, is that what we're doing? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
You put the desire in my heart, so I know it's coming.
But when?
But now
asking for a friend.
that's
I'm the friend.
when her husband's coming. I ain't even asking for myself. but I mean, when those moments happen, I just, I, like we say, acknowledge it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, acknowledge it, like I would like to be, in a relationship, but God, this is where I'm at right now. This is the season that I'm in, so I keep my eyes stayed on you, keep my focus on where it should be, and when the time does come, I prepare my heart to receive
absolutely
what you're giving me. So.
Those are moments where it's just like, okay, God, this is what I'm feeling. This is why I'm feeling that way, but show me why you still have me here in this moment. Show me out of this frustration what you want to reveal to me. Like, am I holding on to something that is not good for me, that is not pleasing to you, that's causing me to have this frustration, anger towards you? Because now at this moment, I may be seeing that you're not a good God, and I'm feeling that you're not a good God because you're not giving me something that I'm desiring, and you didn't even tell me that it was coming today. So help correct my heart in this moment, because right now I'm not seeing you the way that you're supposed to be seen, the way that my heart is supposed to be viewing you and receiving you. So help me to understand what it is that you need me to do in this moment so that I can show up the way that you want me to. So I'm not distracted when I'm going out into the world and there's somebody that you say, hey, I want you to go talk to her or pray for her. But I'm too focused on the fact that I'm looking for who and where he at.
Yeah.
So help me to see what's happening right now internally so I can show up authentically and boldly the way that you desire and you need me to.
That's it.
So you guys, our singleness check-in.
And now we checking out.
Checking out. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that notification bell so you won't miss another one of our videos. Thanks for watching.